Tuesday, June 9th. The polls open at 7, they close at 7, and I'll be there at 6:55 because I'm going to be some of the first one in line. I'm trying to get there a little earlier because I didn't get to make the early voting. But let me tell you what you need to do. When you go out on Tuesday morning, if you have not already voted, make sure you have your South Carolina driver's license with you. Make sure you have a South Carolina state ID card. You can bring your passport, South Carolina voter registration card with photo, military ID, your veteran's ID, South Carolina concealed weapon permit. Okay, let's get out and vote. The early voting turned out very, very, very well. But Tuesday, we are going to show up, those of us who did not at the polling place, and we are going to vote. All right, that's the only way we're going to make a change, y'all. We got to vote some of these people out of office and vote those who say they're going to do the right thing in office. And we got to keep God first because he knows their name and he knows what they're going to do. But we got to do our part, okay? We can't just sit home and say it ain't going to count because it does count, trust me. And I'm going to tell you all about this 5 silent health threats that we need to watch out for, especially when you get a certain age. And I have them listed. I'm going to tell you about them. I will elaborate a little later. The first one is high blood pressure. Oh, Lord have mercy, I got that. And I'm going to tell you about that a little later. And the second one is high cholesterol. Ooh, taking a statin for that. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the third one is type 2 diabetes. We got to watch out for that sugar. Right, and the fourth one is brittle, thin and bones, when you get a certain age. And the fifth one is age-related eye diseases. All right, now I can tell you a little bit about the, I got a couple of minutes on the appointment. Let me tell you a little bit about high blood pressure. It said high blood pressure or hypertension is notoriously described as the silent killer. And that because it does not come with any warning signs or symptoms. In fact, most people feel completely normal until their blood pressure is dangerously high, sometimes high enough to damage the heart, the brains, and the kidney. Blood pressure rises steeply with age, largely because of our arteries get stiffer. By the time we reach our 80s, 75% of people having hypertension, says a doctor up at Duke University School of Medicine in Durham, North Carolina, we would have high blood pressure. What's more, she said more than 90% of people with high blood pressure will have high blood pressure sometime in their life. Okay, so we need to watch out for that, y'all. And Google it, read up on it, and see what you can do about it. And if you're on pills or medication, make sure you take your medication because the doctors, he's prescribing them for a reason. Okay, now I told you what was going on in the community at these churches in the month of June. And if I have time before I go off the air, I recap. But let me tell you what's happening in July. Get your calendars out, get your phones out, write it down. They may not be in exact order, because I try to keep things calendar dates so you can just go down the calendar, but sometimes I may skip. So on Saturday, July the 11th, Pleasant Grove, number 2, AME Zion Church, 7573 Flat Rock Road in Kershaw. They're having their old school roundup starting at 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. All monetary donations are accepted. They have a rain day coming up on July the 25th. You need any more information, call this gentleman named Jeff. He's 803-306-4898. And on Saturday, July 25th and 26th, that's a 2-day event, 2026, St. Paul AME Church, 133 Pleasant Hill up in Lancaster present. They are celebrating their church 131st year anniversary. Homecoming Family Day, that 2-day event on that Saturday, one family coming together in our Father's house at a 25th Family Day Western theme. 12 p.m. until, including a motor coach. They have a transportation. They're going to go down to Camden and they're going to visit some old sites. And for the whole thing, it's ain't but $33, okay? And they wanted you to reserve your seat by May 10th. But like I said, if you don't have your seat, call them. I'm going to give you a number. You can call and see if you can still get on the bus. Call this number. I'll give it to you right now. 803-577-9865. And on Sunday, the 26th, morning service, they're having featuring our Walk With Me, Lighting Legacy Walk, 12 p.m. until. Additional information, I told you to call the same number, 803-577-9865. Pastor and leading lady Alberta Taylor, and Dr. Reverend and Mrs. Curtis W. Bell Jr. of Clearview Baptist Church from Newark, New Jersey. They will be there. They will be there. And I want to send a special shout out to Pamela Denise Birch and Henry Good News Jones and Sister Lillian and Reverend Cletus and the Jones family. Now, we got to come back and hear some more great music, and I'll be back. Y'all keep it locked to Sky J Radio, and I'll be back. You listen to Miss Mildred.